Hey, I'm Drex from DrexFactor.com, and this is Gunslingers 101. Gunslingers have rapidly become one of my favorite poi moves. They're rapid, visually dynamic, and a challenging subset of poi moves that involve spinning the poi by holding them mid-tether. I'll tell you a secret that helped me understand gunslingers better and that I hope helps you. Gunslingers are really just short meteors. If you can do one-handed poi tricks, most of that knowledge will transfer straight over. The difference, of course, is that in a gunslinger you have to switch your grip, from the standard for poi, where you're holding the handle in your hand, to a grip that's partway down the length of the tether. In this first video, we'll tackle how to make this switch. The first thing to identify when performing gunslingers is where the point of balance is for the set of poi that you're using. You can think of the point of balance as being a pivot where the two ends of the poi are controlled from. For poi that have more or less even weight between the handle and the head, the point of balance is easy to find. It's the midpoint of the tether. For contact poi or other types of poi that have heavier heads than handles, the point of balance is going to be closer to the head, and it'll take some trial and error to find. While it's not essential, the convention is to perform gunslingers in such a way that the head of the poi is at the thumb end of the tether, and the handle is at the pinky end. A question that comes up early when I introduce gunslingers to people is what kind of poi I use for performing them. The short answer is that I've yet to come across a set of poi that I can't do gunslingers with, but I do have some favorites. For most of my training, I've been using a set of pod poi with capsule handles from Flow Toys. I find that training with a set of poi that have more or less even weight between the heads and handles is a huge help, and these have the added benefit of being really soft for when complicated moves go awry. I highly recommend training with a similar set. If you'd like to pick a set up, let the folks at Flow Toys know that I sent you by using the code DrexFactor with a 0 instead of an O when you make the order. You'll get a small discount for using it too. With that in mind, there are three types of entry into gunslingers. I call them the slide, the wrap, and the release. The slide consists of simply releasing the tether and allowing it to slide around the hand until it is re-gripped at the balance point, and it can be done with the palm pointed up or down. To do the palm up slide, spin the poi outward relative to you. Let the poi wrap around the knuckle side of your hand with the palm pointed up, and as the poi swings around in front of your chest, release the handle to initiate the slide. You may have to isolate slightly in order to absorb some of the momentum of the poi. As the poi continues to rotate outward, grab the tether at the balance point, and you're good to go. Because the tether slides around the hand freely in this entry, it can be used for any poi with any balance point. You simply have to re-grip the poi at the right spot. To do the palm side down, spin the poi inward relative to you with your palm pointed down. Again, allow the poi to fully wrap around your knuckle side, and as the poi head is on its way outward, release the handle and allow the tether to slide around your hand. Once the handle has cleared the edge of your hand, re-grip the poi tether and rotate your wrist around in the same direction that the poi is turning. Coming from palm side down, you'll almost always want to lead pinky in with your gunslinger if you enter a weave. We'll talk more about what that means in a future video. Next, there's the wrap. This is by far my favorite entry. You'll begin this entry by spinning the poi outward away from you with your palm down. You're going to let the poi tether wrap over the knuckle side of your hand twice before you release the handle. It's going to take a small flick of the wrist to get the handle moving, but once it does, you'll find the two ends of the poi spin around your hand like the wheel of a pulley. This allows the handle end of the tether to unwrap from your hand. When it comes free, re-grip the tether. This entry works really well for poi that have a balance point that is not mid-tether, so it's a great choice for contact poi. If your heads and handles are evenly weighted, however, you'll either find it a bit of a challenge to find your grip on the balance point, or you'll need really long poi to get there easier. Finally, there's the release. This can take a lot of different forms, from throws to contact rolls, but more or less consists of releasing any active grip on the poi and then re-gripping it either mid-throw or mid-roll. When doing contact rolls, it can be especially tricky to orient the entry in a way that you keep the head to the thumb end. So, now that we've covered entries, how do we exit gunslingers? The easiest approach is to release some of the tension on our grip and allow the head of the poi to pull the tether through our hand until we can re-grip the handle. It's pretty straightforward and not always elegant, but it gets the job done. Another approach is to essentially do the slide but in reverse out of a gunslinger weave. We'll go more into depth on gunslinger weaves in a later video, but suffice it to say, this is done with the palm pointed down in a forwards weave and with the palm pointed up in a reverse weave. Release the tether and pause the hand's movement. The entire poi will swing around the hand, and either the handle or the point of the tether near the handle will make contact with the palm. Close the grip to return the poi to its default position. Practice these entries and exits diligently. No matter what other gunslinger tricks you learn, these are your entrances and exits to this world, so they're essential to master. In the next video, we'll cover spiral wraps with gunslingers. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the flow. Peace. Hey there, thanks so much for watching my video. If you got anything out of it, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel to help it grow. Special thanks to all of my wonderful backers on Patreon. You guys are the ones that make these videos possible. If you're not a current backer and would like to sign up to support my channel, please visit patreon.com/DrexFactorPoi. Thanks so much in advance.